The Minnesota Vikings have been the focus of many 2025 draft projections. Over the first 10 weeks of the year, 321 mock drafts have been submitted for the Vikings. In total, 41 different players have been projected for the team. Among these selections, 167 picks were defensive players. All of those defensive picks were allocated to the secondary. This indicates a strong trend toward strengthening that area of the defense. The Vikings' secondary currently lacks high-level talent. Selecting a player for this unit would make a lot of sense. Still, the team has other needs to consider. General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has several options in the draft. Edge rusher and linebacker are positions that have been discussed less. Although they are not urgent needs, they require depth. A new projection has brought a different name to the Vikings. Destin Adams' mock draft featured Jalen Walker. Walker is a linebacker and edge rusher from the Georgia Bulldogs. He is a versatile and explosive defensive player. His addition would help the Vikings' defensive rotation. Quarterback pressure is essential in the NFL. That's why having more options in the pass rush is always an advantage. The secondary remains the primary concern for the defense. The lack of talent at the position could compromise the season. Reinforcing the cornerbacks and safeties might be the priority. The abundance of projections for the secondary reinforces this idea. Still, there are solid arguments for selecting a pass rusher. The final decision will depend on what happens before the Vikings pick. If the top secondary talents come off the board early, the plan may change. This would open the door for a player like Walker to be selected. Beyond Walker, other linebackers could come into play. The linebacker position has been undervalued in recent mocks. However, versatile players are highly valued in the modern system. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has a history of unexpected decisions. He has already demonstrated flexibility in roster building. The Vikings' approach may be guided by the best player available strategy. This means that the available talent could dictate the selection. The team might opt for the best player on the board, regardless of position. In a division with dangerous quarterbacks, the secondary must be solid. The NFC North features high-level passers. Ensuring strong pass defenders is essential for competitiveness. The draft will be an opportunity to strengthen the defense. The right pick could transform the defensive unit. The secondary may be a priority, but the front seven cannot be ignored. Quarterback pressure is also a crucial part of the game. Walker brings that ability and versatility to the defense. The Vikings may be looking beyond immediate needs. The focus could be on building a balanced defense. That balance could provide greater stability for the team. The draft decision could impact the defense for years. Everything will depend on how the draft unfolds. Vikings fans eagerly await the pick. Regardless of the decision, the defense will be reinforced in 2025. The anticipation for the 2025 draft is growing among Vikings fans. The franchise needs to get the pick right to strengthen its roster. The defense has been one of the team's main concerns in recent years. The secondary, in particular, has struggled against efficient passing attacks. A quality addition could transform the defensive unit. Modern NFL teams value those that can defend the pass effectively. This makes selecting a defensive back a logical decision. However, the front seven rotation also needs reinforcements. The Vikings' defense has struggled to generate consistent pressure. Players like Jalen Walker could help solve that problem. Walker has hybrid skills, allowing him to play multiple roles. His versatility could be an asset in the team's defensive scheme. Beyond Walker, other names could emerge in projections. The draft offers intriguing talent across various defensive positions. The decision will depend on how the draft board unfolds on selection day. The general manager will need to evaluate the best available option. The pick may be influenced by the depth at each position in the draft. If there are more secondary options in later rounds, priorities may shift. This could create room to reinforce the front seven in the first round. Balancing need and available talent will be crucial. The Vikings must ensure they select a player with an immediate impact. Drafting purely based on need can be risky. Talented players who fall in the draft can present opportunities. The best strategy may be finding a middle ground between talent and need. The Vikings' draft history shows a variety of selections. The team has surprised with unexpected picks before. This increases uncertainty about which direction they will take in 2025. The Vikings' front office faces a major challenge. The draft is a critical piece in roster construction. Making the right selection can define the team's success in the coming years. The impact of the pick won't just be felt in 2025. A well-chosen player could become a cornerstone of the franchise. Vikings fans are hoping for a smart first-round pick. The defensive focus makes sense, but the final decision remains uncertain. It will be interesting to see how the Vikings position themselves before the draft. The team's preparation and rumors will offer clues about their intentions. The pick could be surprising, as it has been in previous years. Regardless of the position chosen, the defense needs reinforcements. The draft will be the best opportunity to acquire young talent. The Vikings can strengthen the secondary while also targeting a pass rusher. The team's draft strategy will need to be calculated and strategic. The draft won't solve all problems, but it can be a major step forward. The Vikings' performance in 2025 may depend on this selection. The front office cannot afford to make the wrong choice on their next defensive talent. Patience and analysis will be key to a strong decision. Players who fit the team's scheme will be prioritized. Balancing defense and offense will be an important consideration. The later rounds of the draft will also be crucial. Building a winning roster starts with solid planning. The 2025 draft will be crucial for the future of the Minnesota Vikings.